Alright boys, so I've just gone back from work and today's a rest day, so I thought I'd just sit down and talk to the camera for a bit, just to allow you guys to get to know me a bit better. So I'm just going to talk about basically my gym journey, just why I started to go to the gym and where I'm at now. And hopefully you boys by the end of this video can relate and take some tips that I've learned from my previous experiences and use them in your own life. So obviously I've got some notes here on my laptop, I'm just going to read off them. Obviously when I was a lot younger, I used to play all sports. I used to do karate, I used to do street dance, football, rugby, you name it, I did the sport, right? I was a very sporty kid. However, when I started to grow up, I kind of found basketball and I got really involved in basketball. I loved watching it, I loved playing it. Obviously in England back then, basketball wasn't really as big as it is now in the UK. I joined my first team, I was so excited. Every day I was playing. Oh, honestly, it was the best time ever. I loved playing basketball. So I got quite good at it. I started playing, I joined the national team and everything. Everything was smooth sailing until I got into college. So basically this college was a basketball college. So it gave me more opportunity to play basketball in school. And it was kind of like an excellence route to playing professional. And it gets into it. And I don't know whether it was the people or the environment, but I just I wasn't enjoying myself. I was going to the training sessions, I was just trying to survive. Like it was a very toxic environment, and I found myself and my mental health getting worse and worse as it went on. I didn't have many friends in that college as well. Going from an upper school which I had all my mates at to a college which I literally had no mates at, it was a big shift in dynamics, and I guess I just wasn't ready for that. And yeah, keep in mind, by this time, when I was playing basketball, I was skinny as hell, bro. I was that guy. And then obviously I continued playing basketball, and I just noticed myself like getting pushed around and just not having any real self-confidence or esteem in like my ability or my strength. And I was just sick and tired of it. And I'd always see like these bodybuilders on social media or these like content creators that were jacked, and I was just thinking, imagine how it would be like to have that physique and wake up and look at yourself in a mirror every day and just look sick. So from that day on, I started going to the gym, and yeah, it was just the best decision I've ever made. Keep in mind, before this, I did go to the gym. Like, this wasn't my first time going to the gym, however, I wasn't very consistent and I didn't have that love for it that I do now. And yeah, I started to see progress and I was hooked. Honestly, I couldn't not go to the gym. I was in the gym most days, and oh my god, I just loved it. Seeing those results and knowing like it was a direct result of my actions was just, it gave me like a lot of satisfaction that I didn't find, or I couldn't find in other things until now. I was going to the gym, learning all these different routines, all these different splits, getting used to all these different machines, learning about the body, obviously watching YouTube videos, trying to get some tips. And it gets into about a year and I'm like, shit, like obviously I've obviously had some newbie gains, but where can I actually really take this? Like, I want to see optimal results. And I was thinking, what is one thing that's holding me back? It was my diet. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't eating enough protein. I just wasn't eating enough in general. And as soon as I started to take my eating habits and my eating routine into consideration, my physique blew up. Like, I'm telling you, within like 2 months, I was a totally different person. It was crazy. And that's why today I just preach nutrition, because it's so important. Because obviously when you go to the gym, you get a pump and then you look in the mirror and you kind of visibly see like a small bit of results, if that makes sense. So whereas when you eat a good amount of food or a high protein meal, you don't really see the results straight away, whereas I wasn't used to delayed gratification. By this time, my love for basketball kind of translated over to the gym, and I kind of fell out of love with basketball. So yeah, I went full time into the gym, and that was my main hobby. And I just absolutely loved it. And that's when I joined back into my old school, sixth form, where I had all my mates, and yeah, obviously that meant my mental health was back up. It was so good. And then obviously sixth form, you had 3 periods. So in my 3 periods, I'd be going to the gym because it was just next door, getting a workout, and then just going back to school. And that was literally my routine for 2 years, and it was so good. It was so consistent. And yeah, that period of just grinding, but it wasn't even grinding. I didn't see it as grinding. I just saw it as like, what else am I going to do in my time? Like, I actually enjoy doing this, so why would I not do it? You know, why would I not take it serious? And yeah, then I started posting content last year, January. Previously, I'd been thinking about it for the past like 3 years of posting content, but obviously when you're in school, you're kind of like, oh, I don't want people to like, you know, judge me or like think this of me. Whereas in sixth form, it's a bit different. The social conformity, if that makes sense. I started my social media, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. To start off with, I think people did, like, obviously, I don't know this, but you can kind of get the gist if someone's like talking about you, but I think people did chat shit, but at the same time, I was in that mindset of like, look, I don't care, I want to do this full time, let me cook, right, you know? And then the more I did it, the more people actually started praising me, which was really good, and the more like results I started to see, like, obviously more people follow me. I don't have a crazy amount of followers now, but I just do it out of the love of doing it. And then that basically brings me to now. So I'm now a competing bodybuilder, well, not competing yet, but I'm competing in August of 2025. I've got a full coach and I'm just locked in. Like, I've got everything set. I mean, my meals, my workouts, my steps, my water, everything is just locked in. And that's kind of how my brain works. Like, routine is definitely a big part of my life, and like without it, I don't know, I'd be very stressed, I think. That's basically my gym story, really. There's nothing crazy, like I didn't get bullied or anything, you know what I mean? Like, you hear people online, I didn't get bullied, but yeah. For people that are struggling to stick to the gym, the thing that helped me, and I know this isn't gonna seem like the best advice, the thing that helped me is just seeing that small like bicep vein come through, or a tiny bit more muscle on like my shoulders, for example. That was the thing that hooked me. Because I was like, oh, well, I can't afford to lose this now, I've worked for it, so I've got to go to the gym, you know? And some people might see that as unhealthy, but I genuinely do enjoy being in the gym and going to the gym and just like pushing myself. And I feel like the gym translates into so many other aspects in life, school, work, and everything, to be honest. Like the work ethic translates over crazy. And that's where I saw a difference in my A-levels as well, because I revised till failure as well as trained till failure, trust me. But yeah, I don't think there's anything more to add apart from obviously me wanting to do bodybuilding full time as well as content creation, obviously, and me just enjoying the process and trying my hardest to make it, you know.